Hello there. Here's your quiz for today. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to do the even numbered problems on this quiz, okay? So just do the evens only. Excuse me. Okay? So I'm going to kind of help you out with some of the odds off to the side. All right? In the first section, it says rewrite the absolute value equation as two linear equations. We don't have to solve, just rewrite them. Okay, so if I'm doing number one, I got to write two equations. So number one would be x minus 7 equals 11 and x minus 7 equals negative 11. That's all you're going to do. Okay. For the next section, we're going to solve the absolute value, okay? So I'm going to choose to do number 7, okay? So here's how I would do number 7. Okay, you got 8 minus 2x equals 9, and 8 minus 2x equals negative 9. So I'm going to subtract the 8 first. That's going to give me a negative 2x equals 1. Divide by negative 2. And x equals a negative 1/2. So same steps for this one. Still going to start by subtracting 8. Leaves me with a negative 2x equals negative 17. Again, dividing by negative 2. And x is going to equal a positive, because two negatives make a positive, 17 over 2. That doesn't divide evenly. Excuse me. So there's your solutions for that section. All right. So I'm going to let you skip be 10 and 12. Okay, so now we're going to jump down to this section. They want us to write it as an inequality compound you would use to solve this. Now, again, I prefer to always make these two separate equations. So if I'm going to do number 13, I'm going to say, again, 5x plus 2 is less than or equal to 8. And this would be an and problem. So maybe let's write and. Okay, remember, if it's less than or greater than, that's and. These are and problems. If it's greater or equal to, that's an or. So here it's an and. So it'd be 5x plus 2. Flip the sign and change the sign. That's a negative 8 right there. It's pretty crappy, but it's there. Okay. All they want you to do is write it. How would you set it up to solve? Then, in this large section here, all we are doing is solving. Okay. So all you have to do is solve. So let's say I was to do number 19. I got 5 plus x is less than 16. This would be an and. 5 plus x greater than or equal to negative 16. So I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides. Zeroes out, leaves me with x is less than or equal to 11. Same steps on the other one. X is greater than or equal to negative 21. And then we got to graph it. So down here is going to be negative 21. He's smaller. Here's 11. And since it's an and, the official way to write your answer is you put x in the middle, put the smaller number on the left, the bigger number on the right, And then just take a look at your signs. Look at who he is eating. That one's eating the 11. This one's eating the x. So this is how your answer should look if it's an and. If it's an or problem, meaning if it's one of these signs in the original problem, then you write it as just two separate answers. But remember, ors, your graph should go out like oars in a boat, whereas on this one, so we're going to be, these were less than or equal to, so there's something extra in the sign, so I give it something extra by coloring in. I look at the x is less than 11, less always goes left. X is greater than 21, greater always goes to the right. So your graph on an and problem should come this way. So that's how you do that section. Excuse me. Finally, you're going to do 26 and 28. You need to tell whether the graph goes up or down, and if it's wider or narrower. Okay? Remember, if it's a fraction, it's going to be wider. If it's a whole number, it's going to be narrower. If it's a positive, it goes up. If it's a negative, it goes down. So on 27, this would go up, and it's a fraction, so that would be wider. Okay? That's all there is to do on those. I hope this helped you out. If you still have questions, make sure you come and ask me. Have a great day. God bless.